Hey everybody, it's JB again. Monday Night Talk. I think it was number 15. Yeah, just about. And I am feeling, pretty mixed right now. Something happened at school, which is why I didn't make one last week. Because sometimes I'm busy doing my own stuff. Whether it's either personal life or school stuff. Oh, this bed is comfy. Every time I have a hard day at school, I just love when I can just get back home and just lay on this bed. And whether I fall asleep or I get back up about 10 minutes later so I can make myself two PBJ sandwiches and then brush my teeth because, retainer. And then come back up here, do homework, sleep again, take a shower, then sleep again. A lot of my schedule has to do with sleeping. That's because even though I don't work as hard as an adult, I'm sure a lot of you guys from school know I don't work as hard as an adult. There's there's other work I do, like making sure I keep making videos for my channel, um, making sure to keep up on my video game profiles every once in a while, which is hard when you can only play video games over the weekend so you can keep up with your work, even though I'm for the most part kept up. Oh man, and Christmas is 2 weeks away, and in about 2 hours it'll be 13 days away. Was I about to do a silly 13 thing? No. Okay, so I'm sure you guys want to know what's been happening because of the way I've been acting towards everyone. Give me a second. There we go. Just need to turn the light up on the camera. Okay. So, at school, yeah, most of my problems have been more at school than my normal home stuff. Uh, so at school, usually I'm confused about whether I'm really being like taken seriously. I do a lot of silly things, but that's because I like to be silly. It just makes me feel better. Being silly makes me feel better. It's part of who I am. But does that annoy some people? If not some, then does it annoy all of them? If you know and I annoy you at school, please tell me. I don't want to be a burden on anyone. I just want to give everyone a good time at school, which is a hard thing to do because it's school. They didn't exactly make it for people to have fun, or not people, but teachers. But I'm sure students. But I'm not sure the teachers have fun there either. I'm sure they don't. Uh, and I don't make it that much easier on them. I mean, I just want to know, am I even a good person? I mean, I, I, I don't even know if I am. That's why today I asked a couple of my friends if I'm a good person, and a couple of them said yes, but a couple of them didn't really say anything. When I say a couple, I mean just one person. But I'm not going to say that person's name is because, that person already knows. And when that person didn't say anything, it just left me confused. And no, I'm not trying to do a rip off of BoJack Horseman or anything. I'm not trying to rip off. I'm legitimately worried about whether I'm doing the right thing by acting the way I do. It just confuses me because something really, really weird happened on Friday. I told someone something. They walked away during class. I was told something about that person. I still wanted to be that person's friend, but it just left me so not confused, but worried about whether I'm someone who a girl can like. I'm obviously. I mean, I don't want to. Like, what I'm trying to say is, I've given up on the whole dating thing. I've had way too many crushes for me to do the dating thing. Like, way too many crushes. And all of them worked out terribly. The first one ended because I found out, like, I, it, I mean, when I said crush, the first one was more like just me being a weirdo every time she was around. So obviously that ended. The next one ended when I found out that the girl I liked had a boyfriend, which is never really easy. But, you eventually get past those. The next crush is a girl that I lived close to and who I idolized for, you know, she just took life so non seriously. And I idolized her for that. She just had fun all the time. She cursed, obviously. That's what we do because we're kids. And she was fun. She was the best. And some things did happen between me and her. But, things happen. So the next crush ended just because I had to move to Texas. I mean, she went to a different school before then as well. That wasn't really easy. Well, it certainly wasn't easy saying goodbye to her. It's been years since that moment, and I'm not gonna forget it. I can't forget it. I can't forget saying goodbye to her and feeling that sad. I felt awful. I'll never know if she actually had feelings for me too. If you guys heard a noise, that was my stomach. It's been a long day of eating. Not a good one either. Obviously, it just said long day. I think it's wrong with me. So the next crush. Oh, this is a hard one to get into, but the next crush was someone who I didn't know much about, but was still a friend of mine, which just ended because I had to ask myself, like, why am I interested in this girl? What does she do that makes me like her? And I couldn't answer that question. So I just decided to end my crush. And me and her were still friends. We were still friends. But oh god. The next one ended when I asked her if she wanted to go out with me and she said no. And obviously that happens to a lot of guys. But that was my first time actually being, really rejected. And it wasn't fun. It really wasn't. She was a great girl too. But, you move on. And another crush happened at Prosper. I don't even know if she liked me back. She was one of my friends too. She always talked about how she didn't really like the idea of dating, and I didn't really like it either, so we had something in common, and she was pretty cool. But, I moved before I could actually tell her. And when I say moved, I mean, like, switch schools. Once again, not fun. It's not fun having to move. And final crush, well, final two crushes just ended in Gunter. I had a crush on one girl, but something just happened where it turned out that it might not work, and I'd still talk to her, but I don't know what's even going to happen. It's like every day is just a new signal. But I know the girl, I know the crush, and my last crush. It was a friend that I still have. I was just talking to her during lunch actually. She's really cool, but she's not into me, and I'm cool with that because she's fun as a friend, and you know you can't force who you love. Like, why do I say love? I'm a kid. And yeah, that's basically what's been happening with me. It's been in that number of crushes and that number of rejections is kind of depressing, but you learn to move on. So I'm just focusing on being a good friend rather than trying to get a girlfriend because at this point it's not really worth it because I mean, what happens if we would break up too early? Is that just a sign of how young we are and that we shouldn't be rushing things? I don't know. But, don't focus on dating, focus on what really matters to you. For me, it's friends and family. And for other people, it's schoolwork and family. So, and schoolwork's pretty important to me. And that's all I had to say. See you guys. Well, this was a long one.